The Knicks continue making moves, but this one was very surprising. According to reports, the Knicks have added a former first-round pick off of waivers to their Westchester Knicks team. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. But before we get started, about 54% of you watching this video right now are not subscribed to the channel. We are on a mission to try to reach 50,000 subscribers, and we could really use your support. If you enjoy daily Knicks content like this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it could really support all the great content that we're creating for you. And now, let's get started. The Knicks signed former first-round pick. New York continues to make moves no one expects them to make. They continue to add players that they should not have access to given their cap situation. But Leon Rose and this Knicks front office always find a way. And recently, they were able to add a former first-round pick to their G League affiliate. Let's break down exactly how the Knicks were able to do that. Shout out to New York Basketball on the app X for giving us the following information. According to them, the Westchester Knicks just picked up Johnny Davis off of waivers. If you don't know, Johnny Davis was the Wizards' first-round pick. They used the 10th overall pick to draft him in the 2022 NBA draft. He did work out for the Knicks prior to that draft, and if you guys remember, there were a lot of reports circulating around that time that if he was available, the Knicks were going to draft him. During that year, the Knicks had access to the 11th overall pick, but clearly, Johnny Davis went to the Wizards one pick before that. Although, I don't think the Knicks were too mad because that was the same year our franchise changed forever. Who did we get that year? Oh, yeah. Jalen Brunson. I think I remember that year as being very good, very special, and a turning point. I love that year, regardless of who we drafted. Jalen Brunson is always going to make that year special. The Knicks ended up trading their pick in 2022 anyways to the Oklahoma City Thunder, so maybe it all worked out for the best. We should mention that Davis has played for the Wizards and its G League affiliate team, and in the G League this year, he's averaged 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. He was traded to the Memphis Grizzlies at the trade deadline, and then he was cut. That's how the Knicks had access to sign him to their G League team off of waivers. So if you're a fan of Johnny Davis and you wanted him a couple of years ago, you got your wish. The Knicks were able to sign him off of waivers, and he actually made his debut for Westchester last night, and he put up some decent numbers. Johnny Davis in last night's debut for the Westchester Knicks, he gave you 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 5 blocks coming off the bench for Westchester. Let me say this before there's any confusion. This was a signing by the Westchester Knicks, not the main New York Knicks club. That means this signing has no effect on the Knicks' final roster spot. If the Knicks want to sign Moses Brown to that spot, they still have access to do so. This Johnny Davis signing has no effect on that at all. I just wanted to mention that because I understand when you see signings sometimes, you think that the Knicks have filled in a roster spot when they shouldn't have made that move in the first place. You don't have to worry about that. The Knicks just found a way to add more talent, a former first-round pick in Johnny Davis, without having to hurt their team at all and at a very low cost as well, too. I mean, this is the type of moves you want to see a front office make. The moves that they've used the G League for this year has just been incredible. The Knicks have demonstrated an ability to use the G League as a place to add extremely talented players that they're not able to add to the main roster. But it allows them to keep the players that they want close just in case they want to add them at some point in time to the main team. This is a very smart front office that we have, and they have been making smart moves all season long. Remember, earlier on in the season, they used the G League affiliate to draft Landry Shamet and Matt Ryan. And by doing that, they added 2 players that they really wanted to their Westchester Knicks team. And then later on in the season, they actually added them to the main club. Leon Rose and this Knicks front office continues to cook and continues to find ways to add more talent to this team. With that being said, and I understand we reviewed the numbers and what Johnny Davis did during his debut with Westchester. There's a reason he was cut. There's a reason he's in Westchester right now. And there's a reason no NBA team picked him up. He's commonly referred to right now as a draft bust because he definitely did not do anything anybody expected him to do when he was drafted. His shot, in terms of his offense sometimes, is not there. Either it's bad shot selection, poor shooting, or a combination of the two. His defense, not bad at times, but the shooting sometimes, my goodness, it's just not where it needs to be, and it needs to be better. So clearly, he needs work. He needs to be developed. He's only 23 years old, so he's still young, has a lot of room to grow. He needs to be in the G League. He needs to get better. And the Knicks, they have a very good record of bringing people into the G League and making them look better over the course of their career. Take Moses Brown, for example. He was with the G League last year. He looked okay. Fast forward to this year. Because of the development, because of the way that team pushed him to get better, to work harder. Now, he's one of the most desired commodities in the NBA if you're looking for a tall center. 7'2", walking double-double at times, can block shots, can get you steals, and can cause the other opposing teams to have penetrators not want to go inside the paint. That's the type of big that you need. And the Knicks will likely add him to the team as soon as possible. I already mentioned earlier today, he was released by the Dallas Mavericks, so it's only a matter of time now before the Knicks add him to their team. I'm just waiting for that announcement to happen. But going back to Johnny Davis, as I said before, the Knicks were able to add a key player, a former first-round pick, to their Westchester team. But as I mentioned, there's a reason that he's there. He can put up numbers, but see, numbers aren't everything. Impact matters. And when you look at the impact, those numbers really don't matter. Shout out to the Strickland for giving us the following information. In Johnny Davis's debut, the Knicks lost by 17. Kevin McCullough Jr., though, in that game was a plus 25. And Johnny Davis was a negative 33. Impact matters. And when they lose the game, and he has that type of net negative effect in the G League, you know it's bad. I don't mind him being on the G League squad, but that's where he needs to be, and he needs to continue to develop. If I'm choosing between these two, I am going to choose Kevin McCullough Jr. each and every time. Not only because I feel like after he gets behind this injury, he is going to start performing like a top first-round pick. Because I think if he didn't get injured or wasn't plagued by these injuries, he would have went in the first round. Similar to Tyler Kolek. But again, because the talent was so stacked, both of these guys fell to the Knicks in the second round. And I promise you, this is a mistake the league will live to regret. Allowing the Knicks to get both Kolek and Kevin McCullough Jr. You don't know what you started or what you caused. Give these two more time together. Let these two develop as a backcourt. Watch you get offense and playmaking meeting lockdown defense. And another person who's tall, who can play make, and again, like I said, Kevin McCullough Jr., he is that defender, Josh Hart 2.0, that the Knicks have on their team right now. He's a weapon that is waiting to be unleashed, and all he needs is the opportunity. But as of right now, this is a good move for the Westchester Knicks, but not a move for the Knicks or anybody to be really concerned with. Again, the Knicks were able to add talent, a former first-round pick, to their Westchester team without breaking the bank or anybody causing a fuss, because it doesn't affect the main team in the Knicks, and it still allows the main team, New York, to go out there and fill that final roster spot with whoever they want to sign. And at this point, that needs to be Moses Brown. But we have to praise this Knicks front office, because time and time again, they find a way to add talent in a different way that nobody expects. Shout out to Leon Rose. Shout out to Brock Aller. Shout out to Worldwide West. Shout out to Gerson Rosas. And shout out to each and every person in that front office. We have a competent front office. And you want to know why? It's moves like this. Underrated moves that some other people may not look at twice. But all of us in New York understand we never used to make these moves. We never used to be this type of team. Now, we've become that team. And I absolutely love it. But what about you guys? What do you think about the Knicks finding a way to add former first-round pick Johnny Davis off of waivers to their Westchester Knicks team? Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.